interact with us. And we're going to make this thing on the pop with New Orleans Talk Network. With real fans talk about real sports. And not only sports, it's everyday activity and life, man.
My name is Jaquan Jackson, SMU commit, and you're tuning into FanView.
Yo, what's up? It's Poogle Williams, 2017 Mr. Football. You are now tuned into FanView Live on New Orleans Talk Network.
This is Congressman Cedric Richmond, and you're watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
FanView Live, where real fans talk about real sports, only on the New Orleans Talk Network. Like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, because we're not just a sports talk show, we're a talk show about sports.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Joe Lapinto, and you are watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
Yo, man, it's Fred. Listen, don't forget to like and subscribe to our New Orleans Talk Network page on. Keep going. What's up, everybody? This is your boy Fred. Listen, don't forget to like our page on YouTube, FanView, Facebook, FanView, and on Twitter, FanView New Orleans.
Holla at you, man. Interact with us. And we're going to make this thing on the pop with New Orleans Talk Network. With real fans talk about real sports. And not only sports, it's everyday activity and life, man.
My name is Jaquan Jackson, SMU commit, and you're tuning into FanView.
Yo, what's up? It's Poogle Williams, 2017 Mr. Football. You are now tuned into FanView Live on New Orleans Talk Network.
This is Congressman Cedric Richmond, and you're watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
FanView Live, where real fans talk about real sports, only on the New Orleans Talk Network. Like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, because we're not just a sports talk show, we're a talk show about sports.
Hi, I'm
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to FanView Real Fans Talk Sports New Orleans Talk Network. We apologize for the time, but we in the building.
We're in the building, man. GSportz, man. Y'all know what it is.
Hurricane here, man. Traffic was crazy, baby.
For real, huh?
Yeah, man.
What was going on today? I don't know, man.
It must have been a twerk fest going on, because it was
Wow.
GNO, CNO, Huey,
Everywhere you went.
It was packed.
Packed everywhere, baby. But listen, speaking about packed, we got a jam-packed show. The tag a friend, add a friend that we got a lot to talk about, guys. Listen, us as fans, we got a lot to discuss. Y'all know what I have to do before I get the show started? I always give a shout out and salute to the armed forces. Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, first responders, local police department, local fire department, Coast Guard. I know you're getting there. Shouts out to each and every one of you guys. Thank you. Salute. If no one gives y'all a salute, the FanView panel will give y'all a salute each and every Thursday. Again, we got a lot to discuss in sports. NBA opening night, halfway through the NFL season. Got a lot to discuss. High school football towards the end of this show. We got a lot going on tonight. But we got to open up this show with LSU.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. For people who do not know, LSU had a great win this past Saturday. What everyone should know. Everybody know. Great win last night.
Dominant.
Down at Tiger Stadium over the number 2 ranked team, Georgia. For people who do not know, LSU is the only team that defeated 3 top 10 programs this college football season. Coach Hen, what do you see about LSU? What did you see in the LSU Georgia game that you liked the most?
Oh man, what you did was you made Georgia one-dimensional. You made Georgia one-dimensional. You took, and I think another day too, this is the first game to where you can clearly say that the LSU coaching staff outcoached the Georgia coaching staff.
I agree with that.
Because when you look at if you're one of those big guys that go on like player rankings and all that stuff, look, there's 5 and 4 stars on both sides of the field.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not who's more talented, none of that crap. It wasn't no like this is an elite marquee player hit. Well, they both did. You know, you had the number 1 and number 2 cornerbacks in the world on the college level playing, and Devin White. That's the last marquee person. It wasn't a tip. tip the scale type deal going on in that aspect. But to have Georgia come out when you only down by 10 points to try to do a fake field goal, to you had Jake Fromm looking like it was his first start,
Right.
and what I honestly think might happen, you might see just because of how this game went and the way it went, you might start hearing the cheers for Justin Fields a little bit more loudly down in Georgia, because to be honest, I think if Justin Fields would have played the game, not Jake Fromm, I think LSU would have lost. Just because you made that running attack that dynamic.
Right.
But the problem was you tried to make Jake Fromm win the game. Greedy Williams did what Greedy Williams do. He took Calvin Ridley away from you the whole first half. And LSU was scoring on every opportunity that they had to score. So it put you into a mode to where you couldn't just run the ball and catch up. And when Georgia, on the drive that Georgia said, look, we about to run the ball, LSU still hasn't stopped them yet. Elijah Holyfield looking like his pops, knocking people out there with running. Swift, man, looking like the kid that we all knew he could be.
Facts.
During that last year run that they had, especially with an increased workload. So you take them two out the game and letting Fromm try to beat you. It was that point that Fromm was like 0 for 8 on third downs, and then they had a horrible punting game, and then what you do, you keep giving LSU and that talented receiving corps more and more opportunities, and they start. Look, you seeing Terrence Marshall doing what we know. You can tell that Terrence Marshall is now starting to trust his body after that dynamic
injury.
His senior year. Jamar Chase is starting to be, the Jamar Chase we know, and Justin Jefferson, who's like, I didn't even expect this, even after the spring that he had, to go from, fight for special team to being this guy. I thought Manning Netherly might have take the spot, but then you see a Stephon Sullivan, Derek Dillon. You just see it more and more. Then they took Jontre Kirkland, and like I said it last week, I think he's the best guy in space on that team. In the first two plays, they get the ball to him, and you see how dynamic he can be. Man, it's trouble. It's trouble. You got a tough one this week, Mississippi State.
Mm-hmm.
You stop the run, it's a wrap, because Nick Fitzgerald can't throw the ball to Jesus if he was standing at the gates.
The pearly gates.
Pearly gates.
Streets paved with gold.
That's just what it is. But so all in all, man, this is that win that Coach O needed, on the terms of people can't say like, all right, you were the more talented team. They can just lean to that direction. Your staff strictly outcoach their staff, and it was plain as day. And now it's like that leash that got a whole lot looser around the neck of Ed Ogeron, and that's just
that leash is always loose.
No.
No. There got a lot of people, including me, that thought that he shouldn't even have that job. I'm just gonna tell it like it is. But this LSU team reminded me of that 2017 with Jacob Heston. It just seemed like when they play against good competition, teams that's just as talented or even more talented than them, they come to play and find a way to win and make plays in the clutch.
Right.
Man, LSU was 4 for 4 on 4th down on Saturday. I mean, I think that was one of the most key telling stats of the game. 4 for 4.
Big time.
They were 6 for 19 on 3rd down.
Right.
I mean, so that's telling me you keep your extending drives, and you finding a way to keep extending drives on 4th down. Joe Burrow didn't have the best game statistically.
No.
But he made throws when he needed it. On 4th down, he made plays and quarterback sneaks on the goal line, stuff like that. I really think that LSU offense is nowhere near its ceiling. You see it hit strides here and there, but I think that by time, if they get to the 14 playoff, I think you see that offense just go to another level. You could tell Joe Burrow's still not all the way comfortable in that offense. And that's scary to say they sitting at 6-1 right now.
6-1.
You know, number 5 team in the country.
Playing quality team.
Playing quality team. So that's scary. That just go to show you. The thing that I'm most impressed with LSU, though, what we talked about in the spring and going into the season, what was the weak link of this team? The running backs.
Running back position.
The running backs. Nick Brissett, Clyde Ellis-Hillel, Chris Curry. Man, y'all ain't gonna run the ball like y'all been doing in the past. Y'all ain't got them studs back ladder like that. Shh. Man, are they proving it wrong? These people rushed for 275 yards on a top 5 defense in the country.
On Georgia.
Impressive. Kyle Ellis-Hillel. I'm so impressed with that kid. I'm talking about, you know, coming out of high school, out of Cali, Baton Rouge, I didn't think he had a shot in hell to be effective in the SEC. Said the same thing about Nick Brissett. Now, even though Nick Brissett is a senior,
right,
but still in all, the way they running the ball right now, bro, I think it's a little combination of, you know, the hard work they've put in and a good offensive line, a good young offensive line by LSU. But I also think it's a little bit of teams are not respecting the backfield like I didn't. Right. I didn't respect the running backs, and I think teams are coming into this like, you know what? We're not worrying about the running backs. We're going to try to stop this one of the best receivers in the nation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? One of the best receiver coaches in the nation. And I think Kyle Ellis-Hillel and Nick Brissett are taking advantage of that. And that's what's impressive. And then let's go to the defense. We know David Randall is probably arguably the best DC in the nation, and he's getting paid like it. His pocket's looking good right now.
Real good.
And like I said 2 weeks ago.
He fancy, huh?
Yeah.
He fancy.
He's famous right now. And like I said 2 weeks ago, man, Grant Delpit, Devin White, those 2 studs on your D. When you got somebody on your back end that can patrol the back end like that and make calls on the back end and be able to come down and guard tight ends, guard slots, and still be able to play deep thirds and be able to play one deep high. And the offensive coordinator got to find out what 9-8 back there. Pre-snap read. And then you got somebody like Devin White.
All-American.
At that Mike linebacker, controlling that front 7. With that front 4 with Lawrence and Logan and the rest of those boys.
Right.
I mean, it just, the defense is outstanding right now. I think LSU's defense is probably the second best defense in the nation, maybe third. You know, we know Bama.
Right.
I love Clemson defense. I just love it. I love their D line. I think Clemson has the best D line in the nation. That's just my opinion. But LSU ain't that far from them, bro. LSU defense is like that. Christian Fulton is like third in the nation in far as completion percentage of passes thrown his way. Correct. He had a hell of an interception on Saturday, man. Got Goodwin, one of the best receivers in the nation. I mean, he broke on that slant. I mean, and the hand-eye coordination to be able to catch that ball and not let it hit the ground. That was a key turning point in the game for Christian Fulton. And then you know you got Greed on the other side.
Correct.
They just hitting on all cylinders right now. Jacoby Stevens coming in. They blitzing him a lot. He playing all over the field. Michael Divinity, y'all guy, from Marrero.
Yes.
Who's down the street?
Real slow. What the fellas be what?
Marrero.
He represent for Marrero. He coming alive.
Right.
He coming alive. They just got a lot of different people in their defense that's showing up when they need to. And I'm gonna tell y'all, bro.
It's timely too.
Timely. And I think another key turning point of the game was when LSU went up 3-0. And Georgia stormed on the field, and they was running the ball down LSU, throwing that first drive.
Yeah.
And Georgia tried that fake field goal. Yeah. I think that turned the whole complexion of the game. I know it was in the first quarter, but I think that gave LSU defense and that crowd, and you know if you give Death Valley any kind of reason to get excited about, it's a wrap.
And that's the thing. When you go to Death Valley, and to me, I think when you're looking at Georgia head coach, Kirby Smart, to try that fake field goal that early in the game in Death Valley, I think that's a big coaching error. You know, it wasn't necessary. You're playing a very tough team. Disregard the fact they lost to Florida. And when you come into Death Valley with that kind of mentality,
right,
and you don't get that kind of, you don't make that kind of play, you in trouble.
Right.
You in trouble. Because that's a turning point in that game. You start seeing momentum shift. And we all know college football is all about momentum. Any level of football. But extremely college football, because a lot of big plays happen in college football. That changed a lot of complexity in that game. And when you see LSU start to make plays, then they had to pick at the end of the game. just kind of seal the game. You're like, man, LSU is a contender here. It's just one of those things now that, when they played Florida, you kind of saw being uncomfortable. So, Joe Burrow's uncomfortable.
I think that if
being at home,
I think two of LSU offensive linemen was out that game. Three. And Florida has one of the best pass rushers in the country.
Right.
And I think that was the difference in the game. Joe Burrow didn't have a second to throw the ball. He couldn't even get to his second read because he had somebody in his face. I think that was the difference in the game. And that led to the interception by Brad Stewart in the end.
Well, there's another thing, too. That was the worst tackling performance since Dave Aranda been to D.C.
Yeah.
I mean, he had, you see Devin White missing tackles. Phillips, who didn't play, who was the second leading tackle on the team, so you got other guys filling in, and nobody's making open field tackles. Gains that they would have got gains like a 2-3 yards, but you missing the tackle in terms of 15, 17. Big play like on the option play that kind of sealed the deal for them.
Right.
For Felipe Franks, you missed a wide open tackle, and now he's scooting down the sideline, put them in range to seal the victory for them. So it's certain things like that.
And another key stat that was very telling in the Georgia game. Georgia turned the ball over 4 times.
Yes.
LSU only turned the ball over 0. And that's one of the things about Joe Burrow. Like I say, man, he don't put up great stats, but he not turning. I know he turned it over twice against Florida.
Yeah.
But for the most part this season, Joe Burrow's not going out there turning that ball over. He's gonna give his team a chance to win every game. He gonna put his offense in a situation to where, look, either we gonna score or get yards, or it's gonna be an incomplete pass, or I'm gonna just take the sack.
And see
that's the key.
Right.
That's the key.
That's you hit a nail on the head right there. When you look at his completion percentage, you're gonna see stuff like, man. But when you watch him play, it's like he's not willing to say, you know what, guys, look, I'm not about to put the ball in this spot where the defender can intercept it.
Right.
I'd rather draw it away. We punt. I trust our defense. I don't want to take the sack that's going to take us out of field goal range. I'm going to throw the ball to the feet. What's the worst? Yeah, my stats going to say I'm 19 for 32. Mm-hmm. Who cares? Mm-hmm. We won. And I think what you're starting to see, you're starting to see what that meeting, that week that LSU staff got out of when they spent that whole week with the Saints. Because remember last year, people didn't respect the Saints running game.
No.
Y'all got Kamara. Y'all gonna use him like Darren Sproles.
And then people didn't really respect Kamara either.
No, because they had Adrian Peterson.
Y'all gonna throw the ball here. Y'all gonna throw the ball there. He gonna be another third down back. Adrian Peterson the one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got rid of Adrian Peterson.
I was.
See, y'all not about to run the ball. Y'all boom. All of a sudden,
the best rushing team in the league.
Both running backs got 15 yards for scrimmage. That's what you're starting to see from Clyde Edwards-Helaire and
Brissett.
Nick Brissett. Timely runs. Both of them trying to, they constantly feeding to and then they started going tempo too. That really caught Georgia by surprise.
I think Nick Brissett is surprising a lot of fans, especially myself. I'm gonna be honest with you.
And Kyle Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah,
both of them.
Yeah, they both are.
Kyle Edwards-Helaire is impressing.
Right. Look what they had to sit behind. I mean, all right. So let's use Nick Brissett. Nick Brissett had to sit behind Geis, Fournette,
and Darrell
Williams. Then Clyde Edwards-Helaire had to sit behind Brissett, Geis.
Yeah.
Had to sit behind them in high school. Then come to college and had to sit behind them again. So those are three. We just named 3 backs that's on NFL rosters. You just don't sit there. You don't sit there and watch a talented person and not learn from you. We do the show every day.
Right.
Every week. We don't just go down like, all right, I see things G do. I'm gonna learn why.
No,
that one thing G do that's better than me. I'm not just gonna sit there and just be shitty my whole life.
Right.
I think as fans,
it's copycat league.
Right, correct. I think as fans, especially for me, obviously everybody watched the homecoming game last year. Obviously, all 3 of us were at that game, and when he fumbled that ball in the opening play against Troy, I think we all checked out on Nick Brissett. I was checked out.
And I was one of the main people that was saying Nick Brissett had no business playing in the SEC. When he signed with LSU out of house, I was like, this guy has no business going to the SEC. And I felt the same way about Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And this guy had 145 yards rushing on a top 5 defense in the country. So look, they proving me wrong. That's right. I have no problem with that. I can admit when I'm wrong.
You hit a nail on the head. You hit a nail on the head again. We was all at the Troy game.
Dang.
And this is one thing. I've been to 2 LSU games this year. One thing I haven't heard yet. Last year, man, put Brendan in. Man, put somebody else in. Man, do this, do that. Man, do this, do that.
I'll say Miles Brennan at halftime.
Man, this year, you don't hear no coaching from the sideline. Everybody like, man, do what y'all do. Do what you do, Ed. Do what you do.
Right.
Look, you ain't 6-1 by no fluke.
No,
You ain't
not at all.
You 6-1 and only one game was close that you won.
Right.
You got the last second field goal against Hawk. You blew out Georgia.
You blew out Miami.
You blew out Miami. You had your cupcakes in between, and now you about to play Mississippi State.
And God forbid how you beat the back and
look,
Ole Miss.
as bad as a team, the team played to Florida, you still only lost by a touchdown.
No.
You score a touchdown. You score a touchdown in the 2-point conversion. You win that game.
Right. And I think it's safe to say that Justin Jefferson is the #1 receiver for LSU now. I think it's clear cut on 3rd down. Joe Burrow is trying to find Justin Jefferson.
I think I got to.
I'm so happy for that kid, man. Wasn't highly recruited coming out of high school. I think the kid only had 2 or 3 offers coming out of high school. I think Southeastern and I think Nichols and somebody else. And for him to be doing what he's doing right now in the SEC and continue to emerge as one of the better receivers in the SEC week in and week out, and Joe Burrow is clearly looking for him in critical moments of the game. Justin Jefferson, he's been a phenomenal raw runner, but you could tell he didn't put on that size, and he got a lot of confidence out there. And he is catching everything that's thrown to him.
Right.
So, I mean, he finished the game with 6 catches for 108 yards, and I think the sky's the limit for that kid, and he's only a sophomore. And he's going to be back.
He's going to be back.
So, LSU, right now, I think everything is, the sky's the limit for him right now. Going into the Mississippi State game, don't get me wrong, I respect Mississippi State. I think it's going to be a tough game. I see LSU winning this game by at least 2 touchdowns, especially on homecoming. It's going to be rowdy in there. It's going to be loud. And they're coming out with them uniforms, with the reflector helmets.
The new helmets.
Don't jock our swag.
Listen. I saw a picture. I was like, ooh.
I ain't lying.
They're going to be icy. They're going to be like that Saturday.
Pictures don't do them justice. See him live, baby. You should see.
We gonna see it live Saturday, baby. Oh Lord.
I want to see him live Saturday.
It's gonna be nice.
You already see.
Nice.
Hey,
listen,
it's gonna be nice.
I'm not gonna lie.
Brian Jones got a message for G. I'm in here. Fred tell G to put some respect on LSU.
All hell LSU.
Look, man. Look, Brian. Look, bro. Look. I give credit when credit due. LSU is a really good team. Now, I ain't ready to certify them and say they like that, but they emerging to be like that.
Ooh.
Look, y'all still got to face them people from Tuscaloosa in a couple weeks, baby. When we get to that stage.
Hey, we cross that bridge when we get there.
When you get to that stage.
We cross that bridge when we get there.
Then you'll be certified that you like that, because them people look like they could be the NFL team right now. That's how good Alabama's looking right now. But that's neither here nor there.
They hadn't played a team yet either. You ain't put 50 on the rant.
Brian Jones says, is LSU a playoff team? I want to hear it. Well that's going into our next segment.
Let's go to the next segment.
So we're going to shift gears.
Ask for it.
So we're going to shift gears.
Shift gears.
Good job, Brian. You right on time, man. You right on time.
It's LSU going to make the college playoffs.
Let's face the fact. Let's be real. It happened. Depending on what happened in 2 weeks.
Agreed.
That's it. Depending on what
happened. Well, not really, because if people losing, I didn't see 2 lost teams getting the 14 playoff.
But they won't play. It'll be too many. I don't see them put, just because how much grief everybody gave the selections committee for putting 2 SEC teams in last year.
Well, but that's a moneymaker.
Yeah.
You man, look, this is about money. The NCAA not stupid. They like this. We put 2 SEC teams in, we gonna make money. Man, this about money, baby. At the end of the day, it's about money. All about the money.
Here's what the problem coming this year.
All about the money.
It's so open right now for every other spot. Like, all right, now I'm gonna give y'all some credit.
Okay.
Cause when the season first started, I said Michigan, you ain't doing too well. You ain't doing too
61,
well.
baby.
Now you started looking like something. You looking like y'all got talent up there.
Shea Patterson, baby.
Listen,
Ohio State don't look like the Ohio State.
They gonna run the table.
Brian Johnson, Alabama played
We're not gonna
the
be
JUCO schedule.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
I'm saying.
I hope I'm wrong.
The winner out of that game gets a spot because
the North side don't have a chance. It's Wisconsin.
They're not gonna win. The winner of that game is gonna win the championship.
Correct.
All right, so that's 2 spots. The SEC and that.
Clemson.
And see, that's the thing. The 4th spot, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
They independent.
And on the top of that, the rest of the schedule, you only talk about they only play Florida State.
I mean, my opinion though, like what I think going to end up happening, I think Oklahoma has a good chance to get in. They're gonna play West Virginia that last game.
Right.
West Virginia lost, so that game.
But West Virginia 13 in the country though. They're 13 in the country, right. And then so Oklahoma probably gonna get another shot at Texas in the Big 12 championship.
Correct.
But what Texas is?
Texas is undefeated in the Big 12 play. They number 7 in the country. So I think Oklahoma got a good shot to get in that 14 play. I don't see them losing again. I really don't. I think we know Texas is not better than Oklahoma, but when it comes to a rival game, you know how they go. But I really think Oklahoma got a great shot to get in that 14 playoff. Whoever went out of LSU and Bama, you might as well see.
I'm saying, give them a spot.
And we know how to. I mean, unless people just start dropping like flies.
Now here's the thing. What if LSU beats Bama? You think Bama's completely out?
Yeah.
No.
And they run the table against LSU.
Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. People keep talking about Bama. Listen, man, LSU gotta go to A&M. They gotta go to College Station to play Jimbo and them. Listen, Jimbo and them ain't to be played with now. Them people playing good. You saw what they did to Clemson. They had them on the ropes.
Lost. Came on down.
Look, I would not listen. You know how the 13 man? I mean the 12 man. Listen, that's the last game of the season, bro. That's during the holidays and all of that. It's a lot of distractions. You gotta be careful. That's like you remember back in the day. Not back in the day, but about 8 to 10 years ago when they used to play Arkansas during the holidays.
That's true.
Right. And it used to always be, everybody be like, why we struggle with Arkansas every year?
Because you have Felix Jones and Darren McFadden.
No, it's because it's during the holidays. It's during the holidays, a lot of distractions.
It's the Thanksgiving day.
Yeah, they get all this off time. They're not locked in, and you come back, you got some of these cats going home, smashing the old little flames. They going to these parties, they drinking, there's a lot of distractions, and you come back that last game, and you're not all the way focused. So that A&M game, I'm telling y'all, bro, that's gonna be a critical game. So even though LSU beat Bama, and I say this after they beat Auburn, I think they got even though Bama is clear cut better than LSU, but that don't even matter.
Right.
When you come to Death Valley at night,
you coach like you coach there. It don't matter.
It don't matter.
Take your lick.
I think that LSU has a really good shot to beat Bama. Yeah. Even though I don't think they're on the same stratosphere as them for as talent.
But you're playing in Death Valley.
Right.
At nighttime.
Right.
That's the toughest place to play in college football. At night.
And
facts.
When you got a defensive coordinator like Dave Aranda.
Who like that?
Now he like that.
You like that.
And you got a safety like Grant Delpit.
Who like
that. Who's the best safety that LSU didn't have in the last 15 years. Yeah, I said it. You want to correct me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jamal Adams.
Jamal Adams not messing with Grant Delpit, boy. LaRon Landry ain't messing with Grant Delpit.
No, stop picking the strong safety.
Tyron Matt. Well, he was a corner. Who you want to name?
Chad Lewis, baby.
Chad who? Chad Jones?
Chad Jones.
Chad Jones not on the same stratosphere as Grant Delpit.
Stop it.
Not on the same.
Stop it.
He's not on the same stratosphere as Grant Delpit.
You ain't been the LSU guy.
Listen, I might not be an LSU fan, but I've always watched LSU from afar. I've never rooted against LSU. I just wasn't a fan.
Chad was the man, G.
Chad was the man, but Chad was a headhunter, just like LaRon Landry.
No, he wasn't a headhunter.
Yeah, man. LaRon Landry and Chad Jones is probably one way. One A and one B. Grant Delpit will come down and lay that pop. And Grant Delpit will get over the top and pick it off.
What you think
He guard you in the slot.
What you think Chad was doing?
He ain't doing it better than Grant Delpit.
Man, come on.
Listen. Grant Delpit will be a top 10 pick. He's gonna be a top 10 pick.
I'm gonna be real.
He like that. He like that.
The only reason why
ain't he smashing everything on campus.
The only reason why you can say anything like that is because he gets more opportunity to show what he can do. Because it's a pass.
That's not a personal problem.
No, it ain't. I'm just telling you, Chad was better than the band.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Can we do a fan vote or something? But only real LSU people that real football heads know.
We're gonna put it up there. We're
gonna
do it on Twitter.
Listen, I'm telling y'all now, Grant Delpit is the best safety.
Jamal Lewis.
Listen,
Eric Reed.
No.
Listen.
No, you can't put Jamal up there, man. Jamal.
Who is Jamal? Jamal Lewis.
Jamal Adams.
Oh, he's better than Jamal Adams.
Okay.
Jamal. Look.
Jamal Andrews. Eric Reed.
Look what Brian Jones said. I agree with you, G. Being that Grant Delpit is only 19 years old. You agree?
I don't give a damn if I'm gonna tell you.
I'm just telling you. Listen.
Tell him if ask him, do he remember Chad Jones? He might have just.
I ain't gonna lie. He's a phenomenal athlete. I think he'll take his mama life for LSU.
I ain't
that's how diehard he is behind LSU.
Look. Don't play with mamas now.
But I'm saying though, listen, dog. Listen, y'all that's watching number 9 on the back end for LSU. He don't know. He is like that.
Don't get me wrong. Nah.
I'm telling y'all, and he on a sophomore. A true sophomore.
That's why, because you said right now. You said that.
Right now he's better than Jamal Adams.
No, Jamal. Look. Jamal, LeRon, Eric. Look, them was enforcers only. Don't expect the big pass breakup play out of them. Don't you come dotting your head around them motherfuckers. Right. We gonna dot your ass at Charity Hospital. But you talk about playmaking safeties. That's great. Well, I want to. Because, look, he don't get the credit that he deserved, mostly because he's white. But Craig Stokes was a
Craig Stokes, yeah.
Stokes was big time. Stokes was big time. Stokes was big time. I like Stokes.
But he made plays. He just slow.
Chad was
Chad was big time,
too. He was the cream of the crop. But right now, he's better than 9.
So let me ask you this.
Grant has a whole nother year. Now, I'm not stupid and sitting here saying, can Grant take the mantle? Hell yeah, I think he will eventually take the mantle. I'm talking about for right now. You talking about what he
sophomore year
right now? With Chad, not now.
So let me ask you this.
Eventually, yeah.
Let me ask you this. Do you think Grant Delpit do you think he will be a top 10 pick in the draft when he come out?
The draft is about need. It's about need.
It's hard to say. It's
about need.
Would it be would I think he'd be a top 10 talent? Hell yeah.
Correct.
Hell yeah.
It's about need.
Hell yeah.
At the pro level.
Brian Jenkins, Honey Badger wasn't a safety, baby. He was safety in the league, but he didn't play safety.
He played corner at LSU.
Well, no, he played. They went to a 4-2-5 his junior year. He was that roving safety.
Yeah, but he not playing it like Jamal and.
But that's what he was though.
But you know what we're saying.
That's what he was.
I mean, look.
He
started that Honey Badger role.
It's just like.
But he didn't really play coverage in safety. He really blitzed.
No, he played coverage. I don't know what you talk about, Fred. You don't get 7 interceptions by not playing coverage.
No, but he didn't play coverage at safety at LSU.
Yes, he did, Fred.
I didn't see him in that backfield like that.
Listen. We're gonna revisit this.
Now, I will say this though. Jamal Adams had some of the better lockdown games than Grant has had the chance to so far. Cause look, you just gotta go back to the Ole Miss when Evan Ingram was the man, and Jamal Adams said, "You get nothing. You get nothing.
Physicality.
You get nothing." I'm talking about went down on him and like that.
But see, the thing about Grant, this is what I like about Grant. He's so versatile. What Grant Delpit could do for you, he can come down and guard a tight end. You can put him in a slot. You could be like this. Look, we're gonna blitz everybody. We're gonna run man-to-man across the board. We're gonna put you one deep high. You just stay over the top. He can do all of those different things. He's so instinctive. He's smart. He will come down and bring that pop. It ain't nothing he can't do. And he got nice size. He's 6'2". He eye candy wearing that number 9. He's smashing everything on WCE.
And he light-skinned, baby.
He always got a fresh lining, no homo. Man, I'm telling you, man. Listen, Grant Delpit is the best safety in the last 15 years for LSU. I'm sticking by that. He like that. I promise you, he gonna be one of the reasons why LSU beat Bama in 2 weeks.
So what you're saying is LSU gonna beat Bama and be in the playoffs?
I don't know, because I don't know what's gonna happen at A&M.
Look, I'm gonna tell you this.
Just saying. I don't know what's gonna happen at A&M, dog. You gotta be careful with that Texas A&M game going down and play them people in College Station. It's tough. It's tough. I'm telling you.
Look,
Jimbo, bro. Jimbo.
Got a great point there.
I'm gonna be 100% real. When Grant laces him up, he will be the third best defender I'll ever see come through LSU.
Secondary wise.
The third best.
Oh, okay,
defender.
so you going all the way defense, like
He
all right.
would be the third best defender ever.
It's a big time statement.
That I've seen.
That's a big time statement.
And I'm talking. Look, people
Got
don't.
a lot of guys who played in that defense.
I understand that. I mean, people don't realize how monstrous Trev Falk was and what he did and what he meant for the program. Trev Falk would be number one.
Ali Hosman. I like Ali Hosman.
You know what I'm saying? But
Glenn Dorsey.
To me, that's number one. Number two, don't look too far. Pat Peterson.
Pat Peterson.
You know,
Peterson.
shut down the whole half. They didn't even run a safety to his side. That was fucking amazing. That was amazing. Look, Patrick Peterson got Ryan Brooks drafted, and some people don't even know who the fuck Ryan Brooks is.
He played for the Bills, huh?
He played for the Eagles. He got drafted by the Eagles. He
got drafted by the Eagles. He went to the Bills.
Somewhere, he making money. You know what I'm saying? But Pat P got him drafted.
Right.
But then 3 will be Grant. Those top 3 guys are all versus.
And Grant still got another year.
You know what I'm saying? When it's all said,
So you're saying Grant is the best defensive player on his team? Meaning he's better than Devin White.
But see,
I would say this: he's the most talented, but he's not. But Devin White's the most important.
But I would say this:
Devin White's the most important. Because if Grant Delpit got hurt tomorrow, they can recover from that. But if Devin White got hurt tomorrow, that's gonna hurt them. And I don't know if they can recover from that. That's the difference.
Here's the big thing, and this is why I love the sport of football so much. It all starts up front.
Oh yeah.
It all starts up front.
Okay.
So if you're not getting nothing out of Rashad Lawrence, Brendan Fajoku, Ed Alexander, Benny Logan.
Your guy. Glenn Logan. That's your head. Benny Logan. Why I thought he was from the railroad?
I don't know.
Where I got that from?
You from up north,
that
man.
was so funny. Y'all gotta go back and watch some of my old stuff.
I don't know why I thought that.
About Benny Logan.
But keep going.
But Glenn Logan, you know what I'm saying? You don't get nothing from them. You wouldn't get nothing from Devin White, Jacob Phillips. If you getting something from them and you getting something from Devin White, Jacob Phillips, well shit, everything else is easy. And then the way Aranda is letting you just be you. Mm-hmm. Say, look, we gonna lock down the outside. Kerry Vincent is locked down.
Right.
Greedy is greedy. Don't worry about that. I know we not getting a pass rush like talking about now, but what we gonna do, we gonna clog up the middle. So guess what? The quarterback can't step up. So now he got to sit back over all these trees and say, you know what? This is the route that's coming. Let's make it. But you got the range to go get it, and that's what's happening. Now, if Grant was to go down, you could put another body there. You wouldn't get the same range. That's the difference.
Right.
The range is different.
Right.
Now I think not Dwayne Thomas.
I think Eric Monroe would probably be the one that would replace.
Ed Paris.
Now Roy Bell says Devin White is the best player on this defense.
I could see why he would say that. But he's not the most talented. Grant Delpit is the most talented. To be
honest, I don't even know if he's the best player on this defense.
You want to say Rashard Lawrence?
Yeah. I want to say Rashard or Greedy. Because see, here's why I say that. It's no backup plan for them two. If Rashad,
that's a good.
If Rashad gets beat, that whole side goes down. They only playing 3 linemen.
Right.
So if he gets beat, that means the guard get to go up free. The tackle get to come around, and it's lanes open all over the place. If Greedy gets beat, it's 6. If Devin gets beat, all right. Well, you got Jacob Phillips, who's the second lead tackle on your team, right next to you.
Right.
Then you got you got Grant coming down in the middle, to cap everything off. He can take the most risk. That's what it is. He can take the most risk. And if you watch, I don't know if y'all remember, you watched the Georgia game. The whole first quarter, he blitzed every time and did not make one impact. And then, there he goes again. Didn't make one impact. But as the game started coming along, and he stopped blitzing and he just found his little spots and he started making little players like, oh yeah, he's gonna get all the praise. Look, he's gonna be the first drafted guy
out of the defense.
It depends on
situation.
Depends on what the team needs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Greedy might be one. It gonna be one. They ain't gonna be far apart. They ain't gonna be far apart.
Nah.
But he's gonna be the sexiest draft prospect because he's gonna kill the combine.
Right.
Well, he's gonna kill the combine.
But back to our original question though.
So
LSU.
Who are your 4 teams? I'm gonna give you my 4.
My 4 right now is Alabama, Ohio State. As much as I love Michigan, I think it's difficult to us to win that game.
Shea Patterson has to play out his mind.
Yeah, play out his mind. Clemson by default, and this is because of I don't think their strength of schedule is there, but they're gonna be an undefeated team. And last but not least, and which is gonna hurt a lot of people, Notre Dame. Notre Dame don't play nobody. Coming through. If people don't understand, Notre Dame is ranked 4th in the country, and it's hard to take somebody out of 4th in the country when you got Notre Dame, you got Navy, Northwestern, Florida State, Syracuse, and USC. The USC is probably the only biggest game they got left. And if they can win,
Florida State gonna give them a game.
Yeah, but Florida State.
I mean, Florida State. They ain't Florida State.
They ain't Florida State.
But Florida State will give them a game.
Right, he found his way.
And they gotta play USC at USC. That's a rival game.
That's a rival game. That's gonna be a tough game. That's their toughest game. If they can win that game, it's gonna be hard to keep Notre Dame out of it, which to me leaves that Big 12 winner out of it altogether. That's my top 4.
Nah, my top 4. I mean, Clemson is just shooing. Clemson is like, if anybody is a shoo-in, Clemson. Man, Clemson got to play NC State at home. The NC State undefeated, huh? And they 16 in the country, but they don't got a shot in hell to beat them people. That's just my opinion.
They beat them. They beat them with Deshaun Watson.
I'm just saying. I just don't. I don't think they're gonna beat them.
Right.
They play Louisville. They play Florida State, Boston College, Duke, South Carolina. I just don't see Clemson losing any more this season. But my top 4, I got Bama, I got LSU. I got 2. I got 2 SECs. I think Alabama gonna get in there with 1 loss from LSU, and LSU gonna get in there with possibly 1 or 2 losses. I still think LSU gonna have a shot to get in there, even if they was to lose to their last game against A&M. I just, because I think a lot of things gonna happen. But anyway, I think Bama, LSU, Oklahoma, Clemson. That's my 4.
LSU, Alabama, Clemson, Oklahoma.
That's my 4. And just talk about.
Say Ohio State is completely overrated. Combined wins and loss record.
And just think about if them 4 teams do get in. Do you know the ratings that the TV networks are going to get if Bama, LSU, Oklahoma, and Clemson get in?
Right.
That's going to be box office. That's going to be box office. So maybe I'm saying that because that's what I want to see.
You bought the money.
Yeah. I'm in commercial. I'm in a little commercial. But I would love to see that. That could really happen, though.
Right.
That could really happen.
I'm about to throw the salt in the game. I see LSU beating Alabama.
Okay.
Mainly because Alabama hasn't shown the ability to run the ball.
Like they did in years past.
And the secondary for LSU is like that.
But that receiver, what's that receiver on top of my head? That dude got to be better.
They got 3 of them. Jared Judy.
Jared Judy. Oh, that dude the best receiver in the country.
Devontae Smith.
Hey, as a matter of fact, not to cut you off, I just want to say this right quick.
Did the best receiver in the country.
We should have had him as part of that. You like that or you're not like that. And I'm talking about Jared Judy. Jared Judy, let me look in the camera and let me look at it good. Jared Judy is the best receiver in the country, and it's not even close. He is like that. This kid is terrific, fantastic, phenomenal. Whatever word you want to think of, he is like that. Jared Judy is dog. What he could do on the football field,
hey, look.
Nothing else I need to see.
Bro, the way he look like he could be better than Julio.
You ain't got to explain to me.
Jared Judy like that.
Hey, he could be like that, but they going to be like that with that L when they play LSU, baby. LSU's going to get in that spot because they're going to beat Bama. Georgia going to lose to Florida. LSU going to beat Florida again. They're going to secure the bag in the playoff. Number 2 will be Clemson. Number 3 is going to be OU. Number 4, can't deny Notre Dame.
So you leaving it.
They gonna cakewalk their way in there.
They gotta keep that.
I
agree with Johnny getting in there. Now what you're saying is the Big Ten winner is out. You said, so you mean OU mean Oklahoma, not Ohio State or Michigan?
Me personally, even though y'all don't have faith in it, me personally, I see Michigan beating
Ohio State.
But
I hope that happens.
Me too.
Lord, I hope that happens.
But
I'm so stupid.
But I also see, on the flip side of that, I also see them riding that wave so high that they're going to overlook Wisconsin
in the Big Ten championship.
And Jim Leonard's going to have the defense
ready to play.
I forgot Jim Leonard, the DC over there.
So, I see, even if they win that one, they still have a loss. I don't see Notre Dame having one.
And we lost
Roy Bill. We're not Roy Bill.
That's right.
We lost
the head-to-head to Notre Dame. So I see Notre Dame.
Roy Bill makes a good point. I forgot that the Big 12 don't even have a championship game no more.
Yeah.
Right.
So that might hurt Oklahoma.
Correct.
But
that's probably gonna hurt Oklahoma. So I might have to change my pick.
We'll see how it goes.
I might have to change my pick.
Because you know the one thing too, if they make it look sexy, you gotta if Oklahoma makes their victories look sexy, they'll win it. But shit, you talking about Bama who scored 50 points in every game.
Right. Here's the wild card. The wild card is Notre Dame to me. Because we have, this will be the first time they are at a level where they can be in this. So it's going to naturally knock out a conference winner.
Right.
It's going to knock somebody out. And to me, they got a cakewalk until they face USC. So this is where the wild card comes in. Clemson, on the other case, Miami is terrible. Florida State is not up to par. The whole conference, Virginia Tech is out here getting demolished against Old Dominion. The conference is weak. Same thing goes for over in the Pac-12. At the end of the day,
and the Big Ten, don't excuse your conference. Your conference just as shitty.
Hey, listen, stop.
Well, I ain't gonna say that. I mean, you got
Michigan
Penn State, you got Michigan, you got Ohio State,
Wisconsin.
That's four pretty good teams. That's four pretty good teams. That's four pretty good teams.
And we got Michigan State this weekend.
I don't think Michigan State is the Michigan State of old, but I will go with them four I just named though.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? But what the Big 12 not having a championship game, I just don't see Oklahoma getting in there because you're not gonna have that extra game to give you that strength of schedule. So I would have to probably put.
See, that's that. See, if that's the case,
I had to put Notre Dame.
That opens I
had to put Notre Dame.
That opens that door for Bama to jump back in. All
that's
two
why,
lost teams.
But that's why I say Bama and LSU, regardless.
They're gonna hover.
Yeah, regardless if Bama in the season with one loss and LSU in the season with one loss or two losses, I still think both of them will have a great shot to get in.
They'll be that. How Joe Lombardi do it for the bracketology, they'll be the last one in, first one out situation. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They one of those two teams gonna make it, and the other one's gonna get the best of the New Year's Six.
And we gotta realize something. How the committee works. The committee is praying and hoping that Notre Dame runs the table. They want Notre Dame to get that 14 playoff. That's just what it is. That's all. That's all about money too. And a lot of people on the committee and in the NCAA, Notre Dame alums and all that kind of stuff. So they want to see Notre Dame get in.
And they consider a blue blood.
Now I would say this. I'm gonna throw a whole monkey wrench in here, and we could switch gears after this. Let's say you got a one-loss Alabama. Let's say you got LSU run the table. They don't lose to A&M. They win the SEC championship.
Mm-hmm.
You got the winner out of Michigan and Ohio State. Whoever comes out of let's just say it's Michigan. Michigan run the table, right? Don't have a loss.
So Michigan got to get a spot.
Michigan got to get a spot. Michigan got to get a spot. LSU got to get a spot.
Right.
To me, a one-loss Bama team is better than Clemson. A one-loss Bama beats Clemson because to me it restricts the schedule.
That's true.
Bama is better than Clemson. I'm not saying that, but if Clemson run the table, you cannot exclude Clemson. The committee won't do it, especially after what they've done the last 3 to 4 years. It's not gonna happen.
It's gonna be too much crying of how is Bama keep getting rewarded for? Because this will be 2 years in a row. If it goes that way, it'll be 2 years in a row that Bama gets in the playoff by not winning their conference championship. When the committee, when they first was founded, clearly said that one of the criterias for making it to the playoffs was winning your conference championship.
I think they're just looking for the
Hold up,
both
so
best
what?
teams.
So hold on. Somebody, one of us got to research this. So, Royal Bill, are you saying, so the Big 12 does have a championship game now?
Yeah, they didn't have one a couple of years ago.
So now they have one now.
Yeah.
All right, so my pick stays the same then. Then I think Oklahoma gets in.
Because they had one last year.
Okay. Brian, listen, 2 laws over. No, we're not saying that we think a 2-loss team will get in over a team that runs the table. I'm saying if it comes down to a 1-loss, I don't know,
I'm trying to see.
a one loss Oklahoma versus a 2-loss LSU, I think LSU gets over Oklahoma.
This is me.
That's how I feel.
This is me.
Especially if LSU beat Bama.
The problem with LSU.
If LSU beat Bama and they say they slip up to A&M, I think LSU still has a great shot to get in.
Me personally, I say
it'd be when they lost.
Me personally,
it's bad to lose late.
It's bad to lose late.
Me personally, let's say NC State run the table. Let's just say NC State run the table.
They ain't gonna get in.
And LSU got 2 losses. LSU schedule, stricter schedule and resume looks better than that undefeated NC State team. Because you telling me your 2 losses are a ranked Florida,
Right.
and the number 1 team in the nation.
Right.
Depending on how you lose to that number 1 team in the nation. So let's say if you lose to them the same amount of points you lost to Florida. Okay, so you try to tell me for NC State your only notable win is Clemson.
Right.
And I draw LSU resume and say Texas A&M, Miami.
And NC State was supposed to play West Virginia this year, but the game got canceled because of the hurricane.
Correct. And that's
another day. So it's 9-10.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I'm thinking about Clemson. I'm saying to myself, I'm looking at the strength of schedule. I mean, no offense, the best game they played
A&M
is A&M at A&M. After that, you talking about Georgia Southern, Georgia Tech, Syracuse, Wake Forest. So I'm not denying.
The committee gonna look at how they almost lost to Syracuse.
Lost to Syracuse.
Yeah, they almost lost to Texas A&M.
Right.
Yeah,
so what I'm saying is that even if Clemson runs the table,
but they're not. If they run the table, they're not going to exclude Clemson.
They bring revenue.
And they've been in the national championship 2 out of the last 3 years.
Well, this is another thing too. You got to think. The coach sells just as many tickets as the team. Cause think about it. Jim Tressel wasn't always the most talented team, but the name Jim Tressel sold tickets. Bob Stoops didn't always have the most talented team, but the name Bob Stoops sold tickets. So
it's something in there. But again, it's gonna be a lot to talk about. Like I said, I got Notre Dame, I got Alabama, I got Ohio State, and I got Ohio State, Notre Dame, Alabama, and who else do I have in this playoff?
Clemson.
Yeah.
Clemson. I got Alabama, Clemson, LSU, Oklahoma. That's my 4.
I got LSU, Clemson, OU, Notre Dame.
There we go. Switching
gears.
We're gonna get to a little bit about Ohio State a little bit. Nick Bosa obviously decided to lead the team. Had an injury. Scott said, I'm not coming back and playing for Ohio State. He's preparing for the NFL draft. For people who know Nick Bosa, he's one of the top-rated defensive ends in the country. Brother Joey Bosa, 3rd overall to the San Diego Chargers back a few seasons ago. Is this going to be starting being a trend when you start seeing some juniors who are top-rated prospects, not coming back to college football programs? What's up with Nick Bosa? Is this going to start to be a trend? Nick Bosa doing this, him leaving Ohio State, is this a good thing, bad thing? What are the pros and cons of Nick Bosa leaving Ohio State?
Well, to me, all right, first of all, Ohio State did a good job of keeping the severity of the injury in-house to protect Bosa.
Mm-hmm.
All right. They just said he had a core injury.
Right.
And then he had surgery.
Mm-hmm.
There's only two surgeries. There's only 2 injuries on your core that require you to get surgery. An abdominal tear or something in your groin.
Okay.
So either way, he wasn't coming back this season at all. So the smart thing for him, withdraw, go ahead, go to Cause see, and this is why I say it's smart. There's only so much a college university can do for you. All right, you withdraw. You go ahead and sign with an agent. Now, an agent got unlimited resources, especially if you sign with the right one. Unlimited resources, has facilities, top-rate doctors, and all that stuff. He could get you ready faster than Ohio State could have got you ready.
Right.
All right. 2, what more or less do you have to prove? If you to force yourself to come back, everybody remember what happened to Jalen Smith. A guy who didn't have no injury problem was probably going to be the number 2 or number 3 pick.
Right.
He was rated the number 1 player in the draft. But the teams that was picking, like, he wasn't going to be the number 1 need for them. So that's probably why he would have went 2 or 3. And he gets hurt in a meaningless bowl game. And he lost
millions. He became a second-round pick.
I'm talking. You just think about from the number 2 spot to the spot that he got drafted at, the potential money that he lost. So this is a thing to where this is how I see it. If you all up if you got your panties all up in a bunch, if you feeling a certain type of way, if you had any type of notion, oh, this kid's don't want to compete, he did that and that. I'm gonna tell you one thing. Treat yourself like you treat your 3-year-old kid. Go put yourself in the corner and go have a damn timeout. Because look, if you want him to stay, pay him. If you want him to put his body at risk or stay the full year, pay him, make him sign a contract to go to the school, and let him be reimbursed. Otherwise, shut the hell up. Let the man do what's best for him. Because if he come out there, force himself back, get hurt, are you gonna pay him the money that he missed? Is everybody from Ohio State all along gonna put together a pot? Say, oh, he was supposed to. He was number 1.
Right.
He was the number 1 draft pick. Projected number 1 draft pick, one or 2, is out of him and Ed Oliver, and he get drafted in the 3rd round instead of the 1st round like he was supposed to.
Are y'all gonna put $3 to $4 million?
Are y'all gonna put in all that $1 million for all the years that he was supposed to get? Or y'all gonna be like, we wish you the best of luck? If you wasn't gonna pay him for that, then shut up. Otherwise, this is what happened. And I hope kids start taking advantage of this.
Now, I want to read a comment.
Not from the injury part of it, but I hope kids start taking advantage of it. If I see myself playing on the team, like, you know what? I know I'm the guy. I know I don't have the help. When my first year, we was like that. The second year, we kind of fell off, but we still competed. The 3rd year, we ain't got a shot in hell. Coach left for greener pastures. A lot of recruits that are supposed to come. I'm the one. Look, you know what? I'm going to say, you know what? I'm not going to hurt myself. Let y'all wonder, because the one thing that we learned in this league, potential rises over I seen you get hurt. For some reason, when people see you get hurt, I don't know if you're going to be the same. It could be, man, he broke his nail. I don't know if he's going to be the same. Right. I don't know if he's going to catch the ball like he used to. I don't know if he's going to throw the ball.
The same explosion.
Yeah, he just broke his nail. But but the nail does so much to your body. You know what I'm saying? So if
only 3 people in the last 12 years came back from a broken hangnail.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Some bootleg shit.
So if I just say, you know what? I'm entering the draft. I'm a signing agent. I'm forgoing my amateur stuff. I'm gonna get bigger, stronger, faster, and I'll be at a pro day near you and walk away. If you ain't gonna pay me, why risk getting hurt?
I understand. I remember this comment. Anthony Montero says, as an Ohio State fan, I don't like the move he is doing, but as a player point of view, I see what he's trying to do and get ready for the draft. He said, Coach, you have a point. Is Ohio State going to pay him if he gets hurt again? Which probably not.
Hell no. They're going to be like, all right, keep it moving, baby.
Yeah. What you got? What's your take, GSportz?
I feel like what Nick Bosa is doing is a good thing for him and his family. Why go out there and risk your body and put more wear and tear on your body and risk getting hurt again and messing up your draft stock? Because if you get hurt again, you're going to fall to the 3rd or 4th round. And we know each round You go down, you're costing yourself millions and millions. Just ask Randy Gregory.
Yes.
Who couldn't stay off the weed.
The weed, man.
But my point is, Nick Bosa, man, look, go get healthy. You know, rehab. I mean, they said he was going to be out 12 weeks. They said he was going to be ready till December, which was going to probably be the semifinal playoff game. Why put your body and your career on the line for Ohio State for the 14 playoff? Yeah, I understand you want to compete for a national championship. I get it. But I got to tell kids all the time, when you're making decisions, like when it comes to like things like this, you can't think about next week or next year. You got to think about 5 to 10 years down the road. How is this going to affect me 5 to 10 years down the road? And let me tell you something. If Nick Bosa was to go out there and say, look, I'm going to put it all on the line for Ohio State. I want to stay here with my brothers and try to win a national championship. I'm going to rehab. And when I get cleared in December, I'm going to go play in this semifinal game. And he get hurt. You are affecting your future down the road.
Facts.
You're affecting stuff for his endorsements.
Right.
Because everybody know if you go in the first round, you got a good chance to pick up endorsements and stuff and things of that nature. So what Nick Bosa is doing, nobody should have anything negative to say about this kid or his family. What he's doing is very strategic. And it's a business-like move. And, you know, it's just like when Leonard Fournette decided to sit out the bowl game when he had them ankle problems. He said, look, I'm not going to play in the bowl game. I'm going to secure my draft stock. They got me going top 5. I'm not going to mess that up and mess around and let these people from Louisville who ain't playing for nothing and a shot on me and getting me hurt is going to increase their draft stock, but it's going to hurt mine. Why do they? Make a business decision and say, look, I'm just not going to play. And that's what Nick Bosa is doing. And Denzel Ward did it last year too.
Right.
Denzel Ward did the same thing. Denzel Ward did the same thing, man. I have no problem with that. And the thing that I like about everything that's going on, Urban Meyer, he came out and he said, look, as bad as we want Nick to play, we support the players. And, and if this is going to jeopardize his future, we don't want him to play. Next man up, and we just going to handle it like that in-house. He said, if it wasn't a situation that could affect his draft stock, we know Nick would be out there. And he said what the Bosa family has done for us over the last 4 to 5 years since Joey was there, we appreciate everything they've done. And he handled it the right way. I mean, you handled that better than you did.
I was about to say,
the sexual battery and all that the coach was doing.
I don't trust nothing that come out of Urban Meyer.
I'm just saying, he handled this better. Particular situation good.
Look, he can tell me the opening words of the Star Spangled Banner is, "Oh, say, can you see?" I say, "Bitch, you lying."
Right.
I want to hear. I don't want to hear.
Right. I would say this, and at the end of the day, when you become a junior in college football, and after you have the pedigree in the production of your freshman and sophomore year, your junior year is a business decision. Especially when you start. Let's get very clear here. Every one of these kids are on Twitter, they're on Facebook, they have every access to every mock draft and every agent around the country talking about what potential they can be. These kids know going into the junior year if they're gonna be potentially have first round selection ability.
Right. That's
not oblivious. They know this. So when I see a junior like a Nick Bosa, a guy like Leonard Fournette who was back in the day, a couple of years, space season back. Listen, I don't blame any one of those kids who had an injury. To say, you know what, man? I gotta make a business decision. It's nothing against the program, it's nothing against the school, it's nothing against, I gotta make a business decision because I've seen enough injuries. I remember way back from 2001 when I've seen a guy who was a senior named Lee Suggs who should have left Virginia Tech as a junior. He came back for that senior in that first play.
What happened?
He tore his knee, tore his ACL. He went from being a potential first round selection to not being drafted.
Yeah.
I remember his case very vividly. And at the end of the day, I said to myself, man, you ain't got nothing to play for at your junior year. Man, look, go get your cheese. Go get your money, man, because at the end of the day, there was nothing that Virginia Tech could do for him. Virginia Tech couldn't even get him drafted.
Right.
Oregon had a case with a corner a few years back. I can't think of his name. He had one of them odd names.
A Fide out of
Same case.
He wanted to get drafted like
7 rounds.
Yeah.
7 rounds. He had a policy on him based upon his draft status, but he had an ACL injury. Kid went from being a potential first round pick down to a 7th round pick. It happens all the time. Nick Bosa, if he'd try to make his way back to Ohio State, try to play this game, get hurt again, Nick Bosa go from being a top 5 potential pick all the way to the day 2. That's millions of dollars. No, you got to make a business decision come your junior year, especially if you like that. If you like that. If you like that, you got to make a business decision. You got to make
If you like that.
If you like that.
You got to be like that.
You got to be like that.
Now, if you ain't
What
like
if you
that,
ain't like that?
Come back, man.
Come back, man. Come back, man. Come back, man.
You need all the reps you can get. Straight up.
Look. Here's the deal. If you're a Patrick Peterson like talent, hey, bro, you got to make a business decision.
Go home, play Madden.
Make a business decision. If you looking for that, make a business decision.
Madden.
Now, if you're Ronnie Prue, you come back.
I need that refund check, my boy.
Still to this day, I'm really trying to figure out how Ronnie Prue made it into the NFL. How he made it to the NFL.
You gotta come back.
He knew something on somebody.
He was one of the worst corners LSU ever had.
He knew something.
God, he was
on
terrible.
somebody.
Come back.
Terrible.com.
You know what it was, man? They were like, man, look, we seen what y'all did with Corey Webster.
And then he started for the Ravens.
Hey,
He played with the Chiefs too.
our school like that. Our school like that. That's the prestige of the school, baby.
That's just like Simon for the Seahawks. The corner, big corner.
Daryl Simon was nice in college.
He was nice.
Yes, he was.
Nah, man, he just was eye candy.
He was nice.
Nah, he was eye candy.
He
When
was
you
Put
nice.
the equipment on, you be like, man, who is that?
Nice.
Stiff as a bag of rocks.
Nice. That's why.
His
Hey, that's
stiff
why.
was worse than my grandma.
Hey, that's why all the girls loved him.
Cause he red.
Yeah.
What ways? What part is he? Yeah. With that Nas part.
He sure did. At the
You know what?
Knox.
Hey, listen, Patrick, you make a business decision.
Hey, he played on the same team with Pat and Bo. First round, Aaron Brooks.
Yeah.
Eric. First. Cole, he gotta be something.
He
gotta be something.
Like one of them old Miami squad. Like, he gotta be something, boy.
Man, yeah, I was saying, you can't tell me because Miami had a motherfucker get drafted that ain't play a down.
You can't tell me that kid, what that dude name was, man.
He wasn't Mike Rump bad though.
No, Mike Rump, bad boy.
My grandma was good in college.
He was Kellen Jennings.
Ooh.
He was Kellen Jennings. He was Kellen Jennings.
Her name was Tim Jennings.
No, Kellen Jennings.
Tim was good.
With the Georgia. Tim
was good.
Kellen Jennings was a first round pick out of Miami. Yeah. Oh, boy.
He was as bad as Mr. Charles Rogers. Charles Rogers.
Talking about from Michigan State?
Yeah.
The receiver? He was so cold in college.
He had the songs and everything. What happened?
God, he was terrible.
He killed at Michigan State with that dude.
He was that
guy.
guy.
That boy got to the lines.
It was sad.
Bad.
The Lions receiver core could have been so ridiculous.
Mike Williams, Charles Rogers, Roy Williams.
But
couldn't put it all together.
But you know what? But if they would have hit on them two, they never would have got Megatron.
That's a fact. They kept drafting. They kept picking. Now Mike Robichaux said, "Is the Patrick Peterson trade legit? Trade talk legit? Saints got a shot. Fellas, good show. I mean, right now it's the time to be talking that kind of trade. Like I said, we said the last week. You put the resources together. GSportz want them to trade Mark Ingram for him possibly. I ain't on that train, but I understand where he's coming from. You may not be able to re-sign the guy anyway, but put your resources together, man. Look, put a second round pick for 2020 together, man. Get that boy a fourth round pick in 2019. Put it to the second round pick. Put him next to Lattimore and see what you got. Figure it out. That's what I say. But it's an expense thing. Can you really afford $15 million a season?
Well, it ain't that because Loomis has always found a way to make numbers work. I guarantee you, we make that move, you'll hear.
Boy, he gonna budget the cap, boy. I ain't gonna lie. He make numbers move.
He will. I guarantee you, if you were to make a deal like that, you'll hear within the seconds of him getting traded that the Patrick Peterson contract has been restructured.
You ain't lying. You gonna have something. You gonna have something redone.
Loomis is the king of that. But I think it's all on the compensation. It's all on the compensation.
That's what all balls down.
Right, the right price, everything works. You know what I'm saying? If they asking for the world, we ain't trying to give them a parish.
He can have East Baton Rouge.
We ain't trying to give him a parish, boy. I ain't trying to give you a parish out the world. We the only place in the world with a parish. I'm not trying to give you that.
Right.
Now, if you You know what I'm saying? You know, if you ask for a river, hey, we can talk.
A Chafalaya.
Take that bitch and the basin. Sure.
Well, listen, we got to go ahead and switch gears. Switch gears. We got to have a little pro NFL talk. We got Saints. We know we got Saints, Ravens matchup, but we got to talk a little bit about what it's week 7, y'all. What has surprised us around the NFL? Whether it's a coach, a player, a team. What has surprised us around the league going into week 7?
Me personally, the disrespect for Tyrod Taylor. That's been the guy. He started for you week 1. Y'all tied. Most success you had in 3 years. Week 2, they lose, but it wasn't his fault. The damn kicker couldn't make a kick.
Right.
Week 3, he gets hurt. In comes Mayfield. You open up the playbook. Like, this guy can't do that. And Mayfield they win that game, and he lose everything else for you since. What justified Mayfield getting that spot over him?
Draft selection.
That's the you know what I'm saying. My thing is, if you gonna be 100 about the situation, just be 100 about the situation. But the talent that team had, and the opportunity that y'all had this year for how weak that division was, Tyrod Taylor would have been the best move for that situation if you'd have opened up your playbook from the get-go. And I think it's a lot of underlying things that went into that situation, man. Todd Haley, I don't know him personally, but I've heard rumors about him, how he always said that a black quarterback is not the right fit for him.
Right.
It kind of showed in how his offensive play calling has changed dramatically when Mayfield become the quarterback. It's just, to me, it's crazy. And
it wasn't a fair decision why Mayfield has the job.
And now now the thing is, it's put on video now. It's on tape. The eye in the sky don't lie. You look at the way the play was called against from week 1 to week 3 to where we at right now. You like, man, what's
the difference?
You know what I'm saying? You letting him take shots downfield, but you wouldn't let Tyrod take shots downfield. You try to make him run.
Right.
You make it show Baker stays in the pocket. You know, and stuff. It's a total disrespect. But that's, to me, that was what it was.
Now, Fred John Skull said the Bengals.
Yeah, anecdote. He gonna fuck it up.
With a record, they're surprised. GSportz.
The most thing I'm probably surprised with is, and I know they in our division, the start to the Atlanta Falcons. NFL. You got an NFL MVP type quarterback in Matt Ryan. I know Devontae Freeman been hurt, but you still got Tevin Coleman. You still got Julio Jones, who is arguably the best receiver in the game. You got Ridley, who you drafted, who tore us up and everybody else. You got Mohamed Sanu. You got Hoop at the tight end. Then on defense, man, you got Vic Beasley. You got Trufant. You got Robert Alford. You got Ricardo Allen. You got, and I know Deion Jones is off for the season. That's big. But you still got people in place.
Right.
McKinney. You know, those guys. You got Big Grady Jarrett down there. You know, you got some people in place to be a really good team. And how they 2-4 is just mind-boggling to me. You know, Dan O'Quinn is a defensive-minded guy. Defense is his forte. How they're struggling on defense and they can't stop a soul. I mean, they can't stop a nosebleed right now.
Right.
It's just beyond me. But that's the most surprising thing to me. And the next surprising thing is, and I hate to keep underestimating this guy, but Adam Thielen is leading the damn league in receiving yards with 700 plus yards and I think like 4-5 touchdowns. Adam Thielen, you know, you continue to prove me wrong every year. You know, I keep saying to myself, you know what, you just had a good year. And then you do it again. And you're leading the league in receiving. You look like you're on pace to finish the season with about 1,400 yards and probably 10 touchdowns.
Right.
And, you know, you're doing it with a different quarterback. I mean, last year your quarterback was Casey Keenum.
Right.
Now you're doing it with Kirk Cousins.
And you had Bradford part of that year a little bit.
Right. And I think, you know,
at some point in time it's him.
Right.
It's him.
And Thielen is a really good receiver. I think it's time to give him credit where credit is, the credit he deserves, because he's a great player. I think that he's not talked about when you talk about the upper echelon receivers in the league. Now, I'm not going to get ahead of myself and say he's up there with the Antonio Browns and the Julios and Odell Beckhams of the world, but he's a top 10 receiver without a doubt, and you got to start giving him his credit. I don't give a damn if he is white. That white boy like that. And I think that's one of the most surprising things of the NFL season this year. Adam Thielen leading the league in receiving, looking like he's going to finish with about 1,400 yards. And Atlanta starting the season off 2-4 and looking like they're in danger of not even making the goddamn playoffs.
I think my biggest one for me is the Raiders. I didn't expect John Gruden to come in here and be this, similar coach that he was when we saw left the game. He comes in here, and the biggest situation he has as the head coach, where anybody would have as a young head coach, you're a star player. And somehow, somewhere, you don't find a way to get that done. Then you start the season off. For people who don't know, the Raiders have the least amount of sacks in the league. It's proven that you made the worst decision in the league. That's just the fact. We are watching what Khalil is doing in the Bears organization. He's made an impact. He could be arguably one of the best top 5 players in the league, and you trade that. Then guys like former first-round picks, Amari Cooper, having a game with only 1 catch, 10 yards. Guys like, Carl Joseph, now you're making impact plays like he did when he was down there.
And I heard they're trying to trade him.
That's my way I'm getting at. They're trying to trade every first-round pick they had in the past 4 seasons.
Not named.
You trying to get rid of the corner you drafted last year. You trying to get rid of Carl Joseph. You trying to get rid of Amari Cooper.
They're trying to get rid of Conley.
Conley. Trying to get rid of Conley.
The same domino effect that what Chip Kelly was in with the Eagles. It's like you trying to get rid of
everything. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, what justifies you doing this with the record you have?
I got ownership stake.
And I'm getting paid $10 million a year.
It's surprising to me that coaches come in here and do this and get this type of position. I'm saying to myself, what makes you think you're not going to win at the pro level now without young talent, young first-round talent? They're not being a problem child. They're not having the case of Josh Gordon that can't get on the football field because of PEDs. You just not getting to play.
It wasn't PEDs for Josh Gordon. It was weed, man.
Weed. You're not trading Kush. That
blueberry Kush.
That sticky icky.
That loud pack.
It's not the case with those guys.
Loud pack.
You're just not getting these guys into situations where they can make plays. This team is not wanting to play for you. I mean, your leading sack guy's probably with Bruce Irvin, and he probably got maybe 3 sacks on the season. That's it. It's bad down there. It's just atrocious to me. So that's really, really, really surprising to me. Another one I have, and
so everybody got 2 but me. I got another one for y'all last week.
Yeah, and my last one is, and I'll just keep it a band. Dez. I thought Dez Bryant would be signed right now. I'll be honest with everybody.
Well, you said what Fred Scott said.
Dez Bryant not playing. This is a surprise by now. I mean, at the end of the day, you worked out for Baltimore. You didn't take an agreement. You worked out for the Cleveland Browns. I mean, you didn't take an agreement. At some point in time, what's the case? You got to get on the football field to make a paycheck. You got to get on the football field to produce so you can get the kind of contract you want to get.
Right.
At the end of the day, you can't just sit down and say, I'm that guy. Let's get something very clear. The last 2 seasons, as a Cowboy, you didn't average 90 catches, you didn't average 1,300 yards, and you didn't have 14 to 15 touchdowns. Those are numbers. You didn't do that. You averaged somewhere in the 50-some catches, somewhere less than 1,000 yards, and you had somewhere about 5 or 6 touchdowns. You got to get back on the football field. It's surprising. I don't know who giving you advice. You and Le'Veon got the same syndrome. Get in the team, get in the camp, start making plays.
My last thing is we do a damn good job of what we do. We realistic. Except Fred at time when he gets that high quality bleach.
Bleach, man.
How the hell does Chris Sims have a damn job? First of all, you make a top 10 quarterback list. You got Cam Newton above Drew Brees.
Facts.
How?
Somebody paid him off.
How?
Drew Brees came in at number 9.
You mad because you wonder why you ain't have no damn. That's why he ain't have no success in the league. Because he don't understand talent when he see it. Then you just made another damn dumbass list about top receivers in the league. And your number one receiver was Adam Thielen.
Prison in the moment. We talk about that all the time.
Prison of a goddamn moment.
Odell third.
Now, this is the thing. The biggest problem I have with the wide receiver list is Michael goddamn Thomas ain't even on that motherfucker.
You're bad.
How? Now we go back when we talked about how the fast start that Michael Thomas was coming off with, and I was like, look, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Look, he nice, he is like that, but his numbers about to take a huge dip, and they did. You know, so you stop hearing the national respect that he was getting, but to say that he's not one of the damn top 10 receivers on the damn list,
you're bad.
Ridiculous.
You're bad. You need to be off network television.
I mean, how was you getting paid? Is it because your daddy Phil?
Yes.
Shit, you shit water. Your daddy was shit water. Shit, if it wasn't for Lawrence Taylor, he wouldn't have a damn ring. That's the only reason why he got a job. Tired of this shit, man. Put us on the air.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I did two videos.
Advocate for it.
I did 2 videos on Chris Sims. You're bad. First of all, you create the list. Drew Brees number 9. You got him. You're bad. Drew Brees number 9. I keep telling y'all. Listen, there's a 3 quarterback list at the top. Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, and Tom Brady. I don't care which one you put first, second, or third. That's the 3. Everyone else is behind them. That's just, you put him number 9 was just disrespectful. You had Carson Wentz third when they played the game. You're bad. Then you create a receiver list, and Mike Thomas don't even own the list. You got Brandon Cooks on the list. You got Juju. You got 2 Steelers. I'm just saying.
Wow.
Cole Gardner got a question for y'all, man.
What's the deal?
He said, apologies, guys. Just making it in from the school. I'm just tuning in. Y'all coming to the country tomorrow night? Putting y'all on the spot.
Y'all already know I'm in the building. Man, but my question is, are y'all going to be able to block Osiris? Will y'all be able to block him, Coach Gordon? I know you're not the offensive line coach, but
will we be able to block?
Rumor is that y'all not going to be able to block big Osiris tomorrow night.
Who is Osiris' first D-line coach? You're looking at him, goddammit.
I'm just saying.
You're looking at him.
I heard Osiris gonna wreak havoc. Y'all not even gonna get a handoff off. Y'all not gonna be able to do no bootleg. Y'all can't do RPO.
We don't do bootleg here at A-Meet.
Just saying.
Look, man.
I'm in the building.
Look. Answer the question. Who was Osiris' first D-line coach?
Coach Hen.
Who is A-Meet D-line coach?
Coach Hen.
They see the same damn technique every day that Osiris got. Oh, and by the way, the damn center got to block Ishmael Sopsa every damn day. He nice. But he ain't got no damn Under Armour American jersey for nothing. Where Osiris is at? I love him.
Osiris is underrated, man.
Got high hopes for you, baby. We gonna see.
We gonna see. It's gonna be packed.
It's gonna be jam-packed.
Some good food gonna be out there.
Mr. Rodney gonna be throwing it down on the 1s and 2s, baby.
I just need a plate.
Y'all don't understand. You ain't had bar food like this before.
I just need a plate.
Tailgate open at 3 o'clock.
Gotta be there, man. Gotta be there to see it.
I'm gonna be there at like 5:30.
You gotta roll it
It's
up.
singing night.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Big deal.
It was singing night last year.
It was?
It was district
Oh,
championship.
yeah. Sure
District
was.
championship night.
It was they singing night. Yeah.
District championship.
Now, you gotta switch gears a little bit. We got Saints Ravens. Sunday. Saints coming off a bye. Saints are 4-1. Saints are second in the NFC. Baltimore, 4-2. In Baltimore. Now we know that Saints fans, they're not Saints in the history since the Sean Payton coach team has not been a very good solid road team, especially later in the year. It's a big time game in Baltimore. How y'all got this game shaping up, man? For people who don't know, Ted Ginn on IR for the season.
So he out for the season?
Out for the season.
Traquan Smith, where you at, baby? Next man
Out for the season.
Well, to be honest, I think that kind of worked in
The Saints'
in the Saints' favor. For they was trying to find ways to get Traquan Smith the ball now, and you hate to see Ted Ginn get hurt, but you know what I'm saying.
He's a contributor.
But now you talk about putting that young speed in that spot, and then you start opening the doors for more for Cameron Meredith a little bit more too.
Right.
So hey, it works both ways. Here's the thing: you gotta protect Breeze. With Ted Ginn going to IR, we signed Michael Aloof.
Right.
Back, he was on the team prior, as a reserve offensive lineman. Teron Armstead has been playing out of his mind this year. Andrich Pete, when he's healthy, he's been playing out of his mind. The problem is he's never healthy.
Right.
He plays week 1. He don't play week 2. He play week 3.
Don't play week
4. He play week 5.
Don't play week 6.
Fuck, we had a bye week 6. Fuck, yeah, you ain't have to play, and you still get hurt. So we gotta be able to protect Drew Brees, especially knowing that these guys just come off of 1 game shy of the sack record for what's going on. For the NFL league, but now,
but Fred John Scott said Breeze has never beat the Ravens. Right.
Yeah. Hey, guess what?
Big deal.
Guess what? Sean Payton never beat the Redskins before last year either. So hey, the things about streaks, they doomed to come to a goddamn end, baby, and they gonna come to the end this weekend. Why? Because we gonna pound that ass. One of the ways to stop a pass rush and to stop guys from getting up the field, you run at them. You put and then understanding that how the Ravens defense is built. They're built to pressure from the edge. Well, you put Terrell Suggs in a situation where he either got to rush or cover Kamara. He either got to rush or cover Ingram. You do the stuff with Taysom Hill. You put the pressure on him, because the offense for Baltimore is not like that. That's just that's a fact. The offense for Baltimore is not like that. I haven't watched them play much this year, but they got Joe Flacco as quarterback. So hey, they're not like that. Now the one good thing about it is the Saints won't be caught off guard when Lamar Jackson comes into the game. But guess what? We do the same thing with Taysom Hill.
Right.
And Taysom Hill's the scout team quarterback. So, hey, we see it. The only thing that can happen is it happen at a different speed. I don't see no receivers that just, I say, strike fear in me like, oh, man, we gotta watch out for this one. We gotta double cover him. We gotta understand what he is at the time. Understand that, look, that Joe Flacco is not an intermediate type of. He want to sling that thing.
He want to sling it.
You know what I'm saying?
He's a deep ball thrower.
I think this is a good game for Marcus Williams. Let our rover roll, baby. You know what I'm saying? And let's keep that fire going with Davenport and Cam. Let's keep the pressure going. Understanding they gonna try to run the ball some too. Let's get some. Let's try to lock up Adam Collins. All in all, I feel like the time is now. It's to be successful. And that defense is gonna be riding high off of what they did the week before against the Titans. But this this ain't no damn Tennessee Titans coming in here. This the Saints.
I'll say this. People listen. I'm still not sold on Baltimore like that. To me, them and the Miami Dolphins are two of the teams that I'm just not buying yet. Granted, I know Baltimore is 4-2, but I will give them credit for is this: they are a 4-quarter team, meaning that they play all 4 quarters. I've watched 2 games and I realized, you know what? The game they came back, I think they beat. I think it was the Steelers. They played all 4 quarters. You got to give Baltimore. I give them that. They're not going to let down Eric Whittle. It's still being a very good safety for them. Marlon Humphrey is starting to come along a little bit. Obviously you got the guy in the middle and C.J. Mosley who's going to make plays. Their defense is going to be a great defense. For people who don't know, they have the number 1 defense in the league. They give up 270 yards total. That's number 1 in the defense for its yardage allowed. They only give up maybe 130 yards passing. So we're talking about a very tenacious defense. All that's good. You're playing at home. You're playing in Baltimore. But at the end of the day, you haven't seen the attack that you're about to get hit with. I think that at the end of the day, you're not, again, like Coach Chen said, you're not playing the Titans. You see what I'm saying? Now, I think the best offense they may have played all year long has been the Steelers. Outside of that, I don't think they played a real dynamic offense. You got Ingram back. You got Kamara back. Obviously, Mike Thomas is still healthy. You know, Ben Watson gonna make some plays. Obviously, you had to get more out of Austin Carr and Traquan Smith. Somebody got to start feeling a little bit more of that role on that offense. You know, but to me, at the end of the day, the Ravens, to me, offensively, still have to score with the Saints. The Saints still are going to put up 28 points on any defense in the league to me. And to me, Joe Flacco, only looking for the deep ball. To me, he only has one threat on offense, and that's John Brown. I'm not buying Alex Collins. To me, he not like that. You know, so John Brown's the only deep threat player on that team that can stretch the field and make plays for them. You could cover John Brown. To me, you limit Baltimore offensive to maybe 10 points. At the end of the day, they make it, you know, they're going to get some turnovers. That's just the defense they are. But to me, I don't see Baltimore scoring 28 points. I got the Saints winning 31-17.
If for people that don't know, the Ravens are coming in the number 1 overall defense in the league. They're giving up the fewest amount of points allowed, the fewest amount of yards allowed. They're leading the league in sacks with 25. They had 11 sacks against the Titans on last week.
I know.
But you're going against a team that is very dynamic on offense, that can run the ball. We have a top 5 offensive line. I just think that this is going to be something they ain't been hit with all season long. I am concerned about their defense. You know, they got good edge rushers, preferably with Terrell Suggs. And then you got people on the back end like Levine and then Marlon Humphrey and people like that on at corner. They're gonna be flying around.
Right.
It's gonna be tough. You know what I'm saying?
Jimmy Smith not the other corner no more?
I don't think Jimmy Smith hasn't played yet this year. I haven't seen
forgot what other corner is. But I do think it's gonna be a tall task, but I do think the Saints gonna overcome it. I'm not worried about being on the road. It's going to be 54 degrees. It's not going to be cold like that. I mean, it's going to be a little chilly, but it's not going to be cold like that. I think we go into that game very confident and go against a Raven team that is not as good as their record says they are.
Right.
On far as their offense, with Joe Flacco, who Skip Bayless calls Joe Fluco. Michael Crabtree, John Brown, Willie Snead. Listen, I think that's a solid receiving core, but that don't scare me. Alex Collins does not scare me. I think we're going to get Joe Flacco to give us at least 2. And when I say 2, I think like 2 interceptions. He either gonna throw a stupid ball or that he has no business throwing.
Right.
Or I think it's going to be a situation to where they're trying to come back in the game.
Right.
And he's going to have to force another ball and we're going to get an interception. I just think I see us getting 2 turnovers out of him. I don't think we're going to blow these people out by no stretch of the imagination because I think people like, when you got somebody like Terrell Suggs on defense that's a leader, that's been there before and understands these type of games, he's going to have that defense ready to play. So is C.J. Mosley.
Right.
John Harbaugh is a veteran coach, been to a Super Bowl, understands what it takes to beat a team like this. So I think they all going to be ready to play. I wouldn't even be surprised if the Saints come out in this game and start off real flat, coming off that bye week. You know how the Saints are.
Right.
When we coming off a bye week, coming off preseason,
right.
When we ain't been playing for a little while, we come out sluggish. So I wouldn't even be surprised if we come out and we go down early in this game.
Right.
But I think when you see the second half roll around, I think you see the Saints turn it on and we find a way to win. Whether it's the defense making a turnover and putting us in good field position, whether it's a special teams play, whatever the hell it is, I think we find a way to win this game. And I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think we win this game 24-13.
I just think it's going to be a big-time game, though. I think it's going to be a very low-scoring first half. I think you're probably getting around 10-13 first half. Somewhere around the line, or 10-10. Like I said, I got the Saints maybe winning. I got the Saints winning 17-31. I think at the end of the day, come second half, where you move the change with the running attack. Drew Brees start to dink and dunk. You get a couple of first downs, not being that many third down situations. Get a touchdown here, get a play there. You start seeing that once they start getting maybe like a 10-point lead on Baltimore starts to struggle. They're gonna figure they gotta score with them. They're gonna get out of their way. They want to play offense, and Flacco gonna make a mistake or 2. That's just what I see. I think they're a well-coached team, but I think when you start putting points on them and they're not playing from something that's close, I see them making struggles, and that's just, even though they're very good defense and they're number 1 on paper statistically, I don't see how they can still. I don't see their team naturally scoring 28-plus points from an offensive end. And unless the Saints just give up big plays and let you just stretch out P.J. Williams. He started just giving up plays like he did against Calvin Ridley. I don't see how Baltimore puts up 28 points. And I think that's how they lose.
24-13, I'm telling you.
I know I never give a score.
You just know it's going to be a good game.
I don't think it's going to be a good game.
So you think we're going to blow them off?
No, not a blowout. I mean, the score don't always dictate if it's a good game or not. I just think, I don't see, there's no facet of the game that I really feel like they can overwhelm us or have the advantage at. Even though, right now, they're a better pass rusher team than us. But I think the X factor, like I said earlier, is Drew Brees is that quarterback.
Yeah.
He never lets the pressure sit there and get the ball to him. Then you also have X factors in both running backs can catch. And they match up nightmare. So if you stay in the shotgun or you in the I formation and you release them to that side, are you gonna keep coming with your rush, or are you gonna leave them 1-on-1 and hoping Eric Weddle could come from 12 yards down and make that tackle in open space?
Right.
All night. If you giving me that all night,
he gonna take it. He gonna take it.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. If it comes to the point that if the game is close, that means it's either Flacco or Breeze.
And you're leaving them to the quarterbacks. And I don't think Joe Flacco is like that. I don't think if Joe Flacco had all the weapons, I don't think he's like that. I mean,
Joe Flacco could have the greatest receiving core on earth.
Now, Fred John Skull said, Flacco fiasco. I get it. I don't think, like I said, he's a deep ball thrower. That's what he likes to do. If you have to make Joe Flacco beat you from 5 and 10-yard routes, he can't do it. He just can't do it. Now, if you asking Joe Flacco to make a bunch of 20-yard plus plays throwing the football, he could beat you like that. That's just what he was out of Delaware. That's what he's been in the National Football League. That's just what he is. But if you asking Joe Flacco to pre-read you and make a bunch of 10 to 15-yard plays, bro, look here. You're going to lose. You're not going to score 10 points with Joe Flacco. He's just not that kind of guy. It is what it is. But we got to shift gears. We got a segment for y'all. Y'all people, I've been waiting for it. Like that or not like that. GSportz. What you got there?
The Boston Celtics, baby. These people came out opening night and beat the goddamn 76ers in impressive fashion. I thought the game was gonna be pretty close. Opening night, you give people their best shot. Yeah. Opening night, and
everybody healthy.
Yeah. It was very, very disturbing to see the Celtics. The 76ers come out and lose the way they lost on opening night to the Celtics. So my thing is this. With the Celtics beating the 76ers so convincing the way they did and came out hitting on all cylinders with Kyrie Irving and Al Horford and Jaylen Brown and Tatum had them skating. Terry Rozier coming off the bench looking like he should be starting for somebody's NBA team.
In the block.
6th man of the year.
He is big time. And I promise, I do not see him staying on the Celtics by the time the trade deadline rolls around. He's that good. That's how good I think he is.
6th man of the year.
With the Celtics playing so good and on opening night, beating these people 105-87 against probably a top 3 team in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
Depending on who you're talking to.
Right.
Should we drink the Kool-Aid and say they like that or they not like that? And guess what I'm going to say?
They like that.
They like that. They like that. They going to come out the East. I mean, top to bottom, bro, these people are loaded. They just got everything you need to be able to compete for an NBA championship. Now, we all know the West going to win the NBA championship. We know that. But when it comes to just putting a roster together and having somebody be able to compete for an NBA championship, they got it. Danny Ainge has done a great job of putting this roster together. I mean, when you got people like Jaylen Brown, Gordon Hayward, Al Horford, Kyrie Irving, Marcus Morris, Terry Rozier, Marcus Smart, Tatum. I mean, that's just a lot of different people you can go to that can get your team in a position to get to the finals. I don't see anybody in the East being able to dethrone them from getting to the finals. The Raptors, I think, will get them a good push. Mm-hmm. I even think the 76ers are going to give them a good push. But when it's all said and done, the Celtics are going to be the best team in the East, and they're going to be representing the Eastern Conference in the finals. Even though they're going to get their head beaten in the finals, Well, I don't say they get the head beat in, but I think they ain't got a shot to beat the Warriors or the Rockets if there was to meet up with them in the finals. But they going. I see them getting there. And what you seen on opening night the other night against the 76ers, they all who you saw they were. The Celtics are like that. They star-studded. They have the best NBA coach in the league, and as including Greg Popovich. Brad Stevens has his team hitting all cylinders. They can relate to him. He's a great on the fly in-game adjustment coach. I just like everything about the team. And when you got a historic franchise like this, man, that's used to building this kind of culture, I just see this team thriving as the year go on. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the Celtics are like that.
Now Fred John Scott said, not like that.
What you looking at? What are you watching? Please let me know what you watching.
I would say this, man. To me, they like that. The Celtics, I think they're going to be a predominant team in the East. They're going to win a lot of basketball games in the Eastern Conference. Again, another team to watch out for, probably Milwaukee. Obviously, you got Giannis. They still got Chris Middleton. Obviously, you got Eric Bledsoe. You got a couple of guys over there. You know, Brogdon. You know, they got some players over there. But to me, the Celtics are the deepest team in the East. And opening night, man, was a great opening night in the NBA. You know, you had the Pelicans beating them Rockets. AD, you know, making that case to say he was the best player in the league, putting up 30. Looking like
Who the Pelicans beat?
them Rockets.
It's one game. Settle down.
Who the Pelicans beat?
Settle down.
Still missing a wing, though. Got to get rid of Solomon Hill.
They got better wings at Hooters, baby. And y'all know Hooters.
They just signed Wesley Johnson, dude. Well, traded for him.
Isn't that the same one
It's a little help.
that James Harden made, you know, fall?
It's a little help.
It's better. Listen, it's better than the guy who don't get haircuts. Let's just say that. It's some help, but it's not the. It's not a. You don't even need a career wing. You just need somebody who better than Solomon Hill. Solomon Hill is just atrocious, but Anthony Davis is. I look like he's out to prove some. Obviously, being the first game of the season, Marco, starting off where he left off from,
right.
Averaging 30-some points. Julius Randle coming off the bench. I think he had
Randle looked phenomenal
last night.
Ooh,
phenomenal.
If he playing like that,
phenomenal.
That's gonna be big.
You know, Drew Holiday. Still making Drew-like plays. On both ends of the court. Being a two-way player. I just think that it's gonna be tough for the Pelicans to sustain that type of intensity for another 81 more games. Obviously, it's the first game of the year. You're on the road against Houston at Toyota Center. You looked good. But I want to see how they can sustain that throughout the year because it doesn't look like a very deep team. It looks like it's about a 7-man roster. And I think it's hard to do in the NBA looking like a 7-man rotation.
Yeah.
That's just hard to me. It's hard for me to see that. But opening night was very, very good for the Pels. And the Warriors just look like the Warriors. Them dudes, they'll just look.
Yeah. Now, y'all know my rule. It's football season. I don't talk about no other sport but football during football season. So I'm going to shift again, baby, because it's about time to wrap it up.
High school, folks.
Louisiana High School Athletic Association has officially released the playoff. I mean, not the playoff, the official power rankings so far. So I'm going to give everybody the top 10 schools in each classification.
Just do top 5.
Top five? Top five.
Top five.
Each classification for the non-select, that's all we care about. 5A, Westwood Rose number 1, Alexandria's number 2, Desterham is number 3, John Ehret number 4, Acadiana number 5.
No Terrebonne.
Terrebonne's number 6.
Okay, we top 5. Okay.
4A. No question who's number 1 and the car.
Let's go to 2.
Warren Eastern number 2. St. Martinville's number 3.
Wow.
And Northwood.
Northwood Shreveport
is number 4.
Watch out for them people.
And last year's state runner-up, Lakeshore is number 5. 3A, Iota is number 1. Eunice is number 2. Church Point is number 3. St. James is number 4. Union Parish is number 5.
Okay.
2A, Manning is number 1. Faraday's number 2. A Meats number 3. Rosenpine's number 4. St. Helena College and Career Academy is number 5. Yeah.
What's St. Helena record?
6-1.
6-1.
Who they lost though? You know you.
Sumner, first game of the season.
Sumner good this year.
Sumner's
Jules Sumner.
Yeah, they ranked. Let's see what they.
That's Powell old stomping grounds, huh?
Mm-hmm. They the number 9 team in 3A. I did 5. Yeah, I did a 5. Okay, 1A. Kentwood number 1. Oak Grove number 2. Haynesville number 3. Logan Sport number 4, and the defending state champs West St. John is number 5.
West St. John.
Man, that's a 1A. That's nice.
West St. John.
That's top heavy though.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3 all undefeated. Logan Sport, Logan Sport's undefeated. They only played 6 games, and West St. John has 2 losses, but it's 2 quality losses. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I think that around this time of the year, people are starting to come into form. In high school football. Right. Especially when you talk about high school, like them first 2-3 weeks, you got a lot of new starters because it's such a turnover rate in high school. People, because in high school a lot of seniors play. So the first 2-3 weeks of the season, man, a lot of these kids that haven't played varsity, they first year playing varsity, they trying to get in the swing of things. So now when you get to like week 7, week 8, so now you start seeing kids, they used to the calls, they used to different things, they used to pregame ritual. It's just more comfortable and on what's going on Friday nights. So now you're starting to see who the better teams are because people are locked in, everybody know their jobs. I'm excited about the playoffs. I really am. 5A, I can't wait to see how that's going to turn out. I mean, you talk about John Eric, who I think is the most talented team in 5A. Marcus Scott and Cardi Hankton at the defensive coordinator position, leading that team right now with Dante Starks, who's the best linebacker in the state, Under Armour All-American, Travis Mumphrey at quarterback. I mean, the list goes on and on in John Eric. Them people are loaded. They got players behind players. They got so much D1 talent on that team, it ain't even funny. It would not surprise me at all if John Eric is holding that trophy up at the end of the season for 5A. It would not surprise me at all. Then you got people like A.K.A. and then you got people like West Monroe, who John Eric lost to in week 1. But we know, we just talked about it. Week 1 don't mean nothing. You used to get in the swing of things. That was Cardi Hankton's first game as defensive coordinator. So
things are different. That's a different team now.
They drove up there to West Monroe. They lost 44-20. I think things will be different if they play West Monroe and it will come playoff time. So
don't forget about Destrehan.
Yeah, Destrehan is a team that can very well make it to the Dome and have a chance to win it. You got a good quarterback in J.R. Blood, and their receivers is just loaded. You got Carl Lewis, Quincy Brown, Quentin Tolbert, the Mississippi State commit, John Emery, the Georgia commit. They just loaded on the offensive end. Terrebonne is the sleeper that nobody's talking about. They are ranked 6th in 5A. Just like BigHenry just said, man. Led by Jakar Douglas, Keyshawn James, and Chaz Ward. That 3-headed monster they got.
They don't use Keyshawn James the right way.
I mean,
Keyshawn James and T.J. Ruffin. Oh my God.
Yeah.
There's too much.
Yeah, they got so much talent at their disposal that it's just not enough balls to go around. But they finding a way to make it happen and win ball games. And their defense is what nobody's talking about. I want to say Terrebonne is in the top 5 in points allowed on the year. And they led by that big D lineman, Mason Smith, the sophomore. I mean, this kid has been wreaking havoc all year. He still got a lot of room to grow. But I think when it's all said and done, that kid going to be big time. I mean, he's sitting at 6'5", 260. And the 10th grade begin. You would love to get your hands on him.
Yes, man. I've been trying to get my hands.
Yeah. The linebacker core, they got Dylan Babin, man, Cullen Butler, and on the back end, you got T.J. Ruffin, who I'm telling y'all right now is one of the most underrated athletes in the state of Louisiana, regardless of class. He's sitting at 6'2", has a 40-inch vertical, runs a 4.4 consistently. He's just a big-time athlete, man. You gotta find that. You gotta find out what number 5. That's what number is. Number 5. You gotta find out what number 5 at all times when you trying to throw the ball. Actually, St. John on what happened on Friday night. He had a pivotal interception in a clutch moment of the game to turn that game into a debacle on Friday night.
Now, one team, if everything falls right for them with this ruling, this arbitration next week. Hornville. Andrew Robinson hasn't played the game.
Right.
Right now they sit at number 20. All the talent is still there.
I think they run the table.
If
If
the arbitration goes the right way, he's able to play the rest of the season. That happens next week. So they're the number 20th seed right now. That puts them playing.
I think they played Thibodeau. No, they played Thibodeau last week. I think they played HL or somebody this week.
If the playoff was to start right now, that will put them playing Harden.
Yeah, and Monroe.
And look, number 20. That means they'll play them. That probably puts them in the same bracket as the number 3. That probably puts them in the same bracket as number 3. That means the next week, Destrehan will have to play Hornville at home. Because Hornville is the lowest seed, they be the highest seed. Destrehan will have to come on the road.
Woo!
Trouble.
Woo!
It's gonna be trouble.
If Andrew Roberson gets eligible, I'm telling you, that changes everything. That's the only thing Hornville is missing is a quarterback. Like that's just facts.
That's crazy. 4A. Look, one more that needs to be said. Thank you, Alex. You finally got it right. You put Easton and Carl on a different.
Hopefully it stays that way.
Well,
I think Norwood Shreveport going to end up being the number 2 seed, though.
Nah, because if you going by the power ranking, they got by a good bit, and they got about the strength of schedule factor. Well, Easton's not. The only way Easton gives that up if they lose one more game. If they lose one
See
more
how
game,
it shakes out.
If they lose one more game, they give that up. Because right now Cecilia has the toughest schedule. Cecilia and John F. Kennedy has the toughest schedule in 4A. Then right after them is Warren Easton and 35. And 35 is the 17th ranked school in 3.
If they can stay separate, that could be a heck of a state championship in Dome.
Right.
To me,
heck of a state championship.
The most wide open one is 3A though. 3A is wide open as it's going. Shouts out to Cohen. Cohen has won 4 games, man.
Wow.
They 4-3. No, that's man. You talk about for the past 5 years they hadn't won a game. Sheesh.
I'm saying that's a big move for them.
But let's not sugarcoat it, baby. Let's get to the granddaddy of them all, baby. Right now, we number 3 ranked team in 2A. They ain't putting no respect on our name because Faraday played 4-5-18 and they gonna get the power points for that. That's okay. That's all right. But we gonna give them the fight of their life come tomorrow because we got St. Helena, the number 5 ranked team, 2A. It's senior night.
2A is gonna be tough, especially with those top 5 with Country Day and Faraday and.
Nah, Country Day not on the side. Country Day select.
Select. Oh, well, you talking about with A-Mead, St. Helena. It's gonna be a tough.
Manny.
2A. Manny.
Faraday.
It's gonna be tough.
The reigning state champ Welsh.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Out of our district, just to show you how tough our district is, our whole district makes the playoff. Playoff stuff right now.
The whole district?
Our whole district makes it.
That's tough.
The lowest ranked team. Yep. The lowest ranked team will be Independence.
It's gonna be tough.
Independence, then Springfield, then Pine, then St. Helena, then us.
And then you got 1A. You got Kentwood.
It's out of Kentwood and Haynesville to me.
Yeah, basically. And I hope them two make it.
Kentwood and Haynesville, but they won't. If playoffs start right now, they actually be on. They have to see each other go to the Dome. Because Haynesville number 3, Kentwood's number 1. No, they won't. Because they'll meet in the Dome.
Oh,
if it stay right now, because Kentwood, if it go by the seat and all the way through, Kentwood will have to play Logan Sport. Oak Grove will have to play Haynesville.
It's getting interesting, bro.
Yeah.
October's coming to a close. A lot of these things.
Love this time of the year.
Everything will start to come together. But tomorrow night, we're going to be in a meet.
Oh, yeah.
St. Helena.
Be there, be square. I can't wait.
Be there, be square.
Can't wait.
It was a big time game last year down there in Greensburg. But this year.
I'm so glad we ain't got to go away in the boom house when my phone wasn't working.
It's bad.
Couldn't even tweet. Couldn't even tweet to update the scores.
It was bad. It was bad. But it's going to be a big time game, definitely. Listen, I'm going to be out there tomorrow. GSportz going to be out there tomorrow. Coach Hen definitely going to have to be there. He got to coach the game. Listen, if y'all ain't nowhere, follow me on Twitter, BFred Jones. I'm going to be in the building. GSportz going to be there tweeting his behind off. Ain't getting that live footage.
Yeah.
It's going to be going down.
Y'all just give me some nachos.
With cheese.
With cheese, baby.
And chili.
With the little peppers
With peppers on it.
Yeah,
I'm looking for the chili Fritos.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm looking for Ish Daddy.
He gonna be right there, baby. Be right there.
With jambalaya or something.
You know what I'm saying? With the ball meat, no homo. But I'm telling you,
gotta have it.
When you touch it, you gonna be like, "What in Jesus did you do?"
Me meet. I'm gonna be in the building.
Tailgate start at 3 o'clock.
I'm gonna be in the building. I'm gonna have it.
We've been selling tickets since Wednesday.
Oh, there it is. Well, listen, everything about tune in, FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports, each and every third. I keep telling y'all, the best sports show on the internet, man. Tag a friend, add a friend. Again, follow us on Facebook at FanView Live. Follow us on Instagram, FanView Live. Follow us on Twitter at FanView NOLA. Don't forget to follow my man GSportz, Facebook. Looking for that coverage, high school, even some college. Follow him on Facebook, follow him on Twitter. This goes down each and every day. You're trying to talk sports as a fan, this is the place you need to be. I don't know where you at. You sleep under a rock. Get open. Get on the internet. Get your friends, tag in, add in. Let's talk about these sports, man. And hopefully next week I'll talk the Little Word series. Because by that time, we'll have who's in there. I'll give y'all an update on who's going to be in there.
No, I care about baseball anymore.
Man, the Dodgers may make it.
No, fuck baseball. We talking about real sport, football, baby.
Talk about Lil Kershaw. But listen, that's our show, guys. Listen, tune in again next Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports on the Walls Talk Network. Y'all have a great night. Adam Thielen, #1 receiver. How the fuck he stay on TV? I'm gonna have a campaign. That motherfucker get fired. Motherfucker Adam Thielen, he ain't have Mike Thomas in it. I think Mike